So, Snowy, how would you define beauty?
Beauty, we hear this a lot. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I doubt a lot of people actually believe that. But for me, beauty is definitely confidence, because confidence is literally an armor you wear. When you walk out the house, for me personally, it's an armor I wear, and whenever I'm confident, I feel like I'm attractive. Whenever I'm not feeling good, I feel like I don't look good. I feel like everything just doesn't blend together. So for me, it's basically coming from within, because obviously it's not something you can touch, it's not something you can put on your face, it's not something you can wear. It's a feeling you get. So for me, confidence is a feeling you have about yourself. When you feel like you're beautiful, when you feel like you have it in you, then that's when you are beautiful. And with regards to other people, I honestly do not have one definition of beauty, because I've came across a lot of women. I'm surrounded by a lot of women in my life, my mom, my aunts, my friends, my sisters, who are so beautiful but yet so different, and I'm also so different from them. So I can't really say this is beauty, because then I'd be saying my other friends or my other family members are not beautiful, you know. So for me, beauty is definitely what you make.
Cool. And with that being said, do you see yourself as a beautiful young woman?
Yes! I absolutely believe I'm gorgeous, honey.
Okay, so my definition of beauty comes from my mother and my grandmother, right? It's always been a case of, like, growing up, I would always hear, Nokwanda, you're not beautiful because of what you look like, you know, the eyes, you know, the body, all these things that are defined as, like, to be beautiful in, you know, in the world, in society. For me, I was always told, beauty is what, like, how do you treat other people? You know, beauty is how faithful you are to other people. You understand? Like, beauty for me has always been defined as what is in your heart. Is your heart beautiful? Is your heart giving? Are you loving? Are you not selfish? Are you not that person who, you know, is it like you see how beautiful you are in how you treat other people, you see how beautiful you are in how you just outside of you, how do you exist outside of just yourself and your own needs, and can satisfy the needs of others. And that, for me, has always been defined, has always been the definition of beauty. People try to program you to think, okay, this is, you know, what society then says, okay, because I tick all these boxes, then I'm beautiful, you know. But for me, it's always been like Proverbs 31 women. My mother would always say, charm is deceptive, you know, beauty is fleeting, but a woman who loves the Lord, you know, that is what beauty is. Like, that's the standard of beauty in my household. So yeah,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's what is usually said, and it's true. My perception of beauty is different from the next person. I believe beauty is someone with perfect skin, perfect body, perfect hair. That's my perception of beauty, because that's what society's perception of beauty is. That's how I would have answered this question a few years ago. But now that you ask me this question now, I don't know what my perception of beauty is. You come across so many different women who are beautiful, and they are all different. Skinny, fat, tall, short, dark, light. So if you ask me what my perception of beauty is, I don't know.
Cool. And right now, do you believe that you are beautiful?
Definitely.
Okay. How do you define beauty?
I personally define beauty according to... I honestly don't think it matters how I define beauty, because there'll always be standards that are set by the outside, you know. So I'll share what I share about beauty, or what I think beauty is, but it'll always be different from the next person's. And what we don't admit, I think, is that beauty is confined by what other people think, you know, or the general agreement of what
make something beautiful, whatever. I feel like there's so many variations of it. Like I can have my definition. I'm like, no, everything is beautiful. Which, you know, the next person may think, you know, but there are those general standards that we all think make something beautiful. So I feel like beauty is something that is defined by other people more than ourselves, you know, because we can react a certain way based on how other people view the beauty of things. I think that's what beauty is in actual fact.
Okay.
Because it'll always be defined by other people or the people that are around us. That's what I think.
Okay, so
what does beauty mean to you?
well, beauty to me, I feel like I would define it as being confident in who you are. I've grown to learn that like beauty has more to do with who you are on the inside as opposed to what you look like. So yeah, I feel like it's confidence, it's personality, it's brains, because all those things, I feel like when you open your mouth, people should be like, God damn, you know? So yeah, beauty is confidence, beauty is the character that you have, beauty is who you are and the person that you aspire to be, and being daring and bold enough to, you know, grow into your actual self. So yeah, I think that's what I define as beauty. Everything else is just a, you know,
Yes.
on top. Yeah.
And do you think you're beautiful?
I have struggled with that question. If you asked me this like many years ago, I would have said no. But right now, I feel like I have grown into accepting my individual characteristics and realizing that that can actually be seen as beauty, because there should not be one definition or one standard of beauty. So with that being said, I feel like yes, I am my own standard of beauty.
Yes.
Cool. I'm entering. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the next episode of Pillow Talk. So today we'll be discussing beauty, the social standards of beauty, and all the things that are related to beauty. So I have all the girls over here, which you've obviously seen in the previous clip. So yeah, let's get into it. So my first question to you guys is, have you guys ever felt that you fit into the social construct of what beauty is?
No.
No?
No.
Even me, it's no.
No, actually. In some aspects. I think in some aspects.
In some aspects I have.
Yes.
Because of what society.
Are we basing this on what society says?
It's based on societal, yeah, the
Yes,
societal
for me, it's no
standards.
religion.
Societal. First of all, like, maybe like first like,
Yeah, you and I literally like got this tiny.
you know, I'm this biggie. So, I mean, in that, yeah, I guess, yeah.
For me, it's more so a no, because it's a thing of, you know, especially in this day and age, for society, the thing that is beautiful is small waist, big ass, big boobs, light skinned, like, you know. And when it comes to that, I feel as though, okay, clearly, big ass, small waist, big boobs, light skin, none of that ticks the box for me. So
Yeah.
for me, it's more so a thing of,
I think for me, I've always been told to be comfortable within my own skin, so I've never really looked around. If you understand,
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
really said, oh, how do I compare to that person? Obviously, we all want to stomach and you know, but I've always been really, really comfortable in my own self until I got a baby. Then things changed. Yeah, but yeah.
For me, it's like both ways. There were times when I felt like I did not fit in what society said, you know, is beautiful. But I think as you grow, there's certain things that you grow with. Like mentally you grow, physically you grow. And with regards to the way I saw what beauty, or rather what I see beauty as, it definitely has changed. I think the media has also changed in trying to put out a more broader, more, you know, variety, of what beauty standards are. So I think that in a sense, it's making me see that everybody, not everybody, but most people do recognize that beauty is not just one thing that used to be shown on TV and magazines. And this is why the media feels the need to put out a much more broader and much more, diverse, you know. So,
But do you think they're doing that because
I was about to ask that.
Yes.
Because with me, I feel like that's the slippery slope of that. that like it's kind of like the whole conversation with the whole melanin popping shit, which honestly I do think it's a trend, because I always ask dark skinned girls who are in real life, do you guys get this whole love on social media and all that? And I never, it's always 50-50. Like some say, yeah, whatever, and then some are like, nah, it hasn't changed for me.
But don't you think that there'll always be people who are gonna be for you and people who are gonna be against you?
True.
There's always gonna be those people who are gonna be for the melanin popping, for the girls that look gay. You know? And then there's gonna be people.
Like, what's commercial?
Yeah.
That's the question. Like, what is commercial?
With my thing of the media, do you feel like it's I feel like for me it's not organic. I feel like
it's oneself.
And it's a monetary value behind it.
It's
selling right now to be diverse, to be inclusive, but if there wasn't any pressure to be,
they wouldn't be doing it. Exactly. Which means that, so my next thing is, so tomorrow if something else is hyped up, then they're going to do away with whatever inclusivity that they have right now, and that's my problem. The shallowness that comes with it.
But I think they are, at the end of the day, motivated by what we decide, you know, is beautiful. So if we kind of continue to put pressure on the whole diversity type of thing, which I think is happening. I think a lot of people are more woke, especially our generation. I get that old people, you know, they still like, you know, but I mean, we are the next, we are literally, we are the next generation.
I mean, we are.
So we definitely are owning the media. We are penetrating the media. We are defining what beauty is. We are the beauty that we kind of want to see on these TVs and magazines and all that.
And then my next thing is, what has always driven your perception of beauty from a young age? Like, what was your first influence that gave you the perception of what beauty is? Was it media or any?
My mom.
Your mom?
My mom.
For me, it was my mom. However, it was a mix of also school, where I came across white girls, because I remember there was a point where
talk about it. You know,
I thought it was easier being a white girl, especially in terms of hair. You know, I remember
we all had
I wanted to have I wished I was a white girl just because I wanted to be able to comb through my hair, like literally. It seemed easier. So I'd say being exposed to those environments where at home my mom would always like preach that thing. However, she always insisted also on relaxing my hair. You see, and now that I'm natural, she still is like, what are you going to do with it? Like, it's a genuine question for her, like, why don't you relax and stuff like that? So I think that's what molded my perception of beauty, and that's why I learned the connections also. That's why maybe I did like straight hair at that point. And I thought it was something that was,
I think for me, it was driven by the media, definitely the media. And I wouldn't necessarily say my mom, but I'd say media. It's definitely media and the people who I was surrounded by. So and that also like kind of boils down to the whitewashing of beauty and the colorism that exists in beauty, which is something I wanted to get into. Like, have you guys ever felt colorism is something that affected you? And do you guys actually recognize that there is an actual colorism issue?
Yes.
So we all agree on that, right?
Definitely.
Did you hear that? Cool.
I mean, I would say that because ever since like growing up, they're like, oh no, you're yellow bone. So it's kind of you're treated now.
Yes,
kind of thing. Yes. And it always used to anger me. I think at some point we had this conversation of, don't just reduce me to just being yellow bone.
For me,
I hate.
There's so much more to me than my imagination. You know,
for me, growing up, it was a thing of, me and my sister grew up like this because we literally like a year apart, and she's lighter than I am. So it would always be a thing of, yo, they'd be like, kodwa wena Karabo awufike emhleni kaKarabo.
Just because she's lighter.
Just because she's lighter than I am. Because then it was a thing of, if you're light, you're pretty. Automatically, if you light, you're pretty. But now as I'm growing older, and because it is this whole melanin popping thing, and it's the other way around. They'll be on some type of, yo, Amleta is beautiful. beautiful, but she doesn't amount to how pretty you are.
And you know, I actually hate that because it's like, why must you want to reduce people's standards of beauty?
Exactly.
Like, why can be why should there be only one image of what beauty is? And like, that goes into what we're talking about, which is the trend. So just because it's a hyped up narrative right now.
No, we'll see. Like, I saw this other lady like the other day. She was like, I come from a time, and she's like, she's like older, she's like in her 40s and stuff. And she says that she comes from in my family, you know. She comes from a place where yellow bones, right? Ew.
Oh,
like like they're considered to be
not African and not black enough.
Not black enough.
And that's what
they're not pretty enough.
No, but if you think about it, that's still a thing in the States. Really, if you think about it.
In the States?
In the States, it's still a thing.
Really?
If you're light skinned, you're not black enough.
Oh, I get you.
It wasn't even a black enough thing. Yeah. They weren't worried about being black enough, and we saw you getting. But for them, it was like, like light skinned girls are just not pretty.
Yes. I think the other thing that is done is that thing of, she's pretty, but if you take away the conviction,
that's another thing that happens a lot.
This turn out, you're pretty for a dark girl.
I literally get that so much, and obviously I'm not that black, but like I get comments like, she's not like all these other people with albinism. I'm like, is that a compliment? That's not a compliment. That's like, no.
Like I saw one at the event, and I told them, like, she's gorgeous.
Like, that was my reaction when I saw her today. I was like to myself, her Instagram pictures don't do her justice.
It's like those things, they come with conditions. It's kind of like, you're pretty on this condition.
But I'll admit, like when I first saw, I was like, I've never seen such a pretty albino. Like I wouldn't even lie because it was like all these things that could but it was like,
true.
Damn, she's striking.
And I think for me, that's the beauty of growing up, is having to deconstruct all the bad thoughts that you had, all the things that you always thought that now you're realizing, okay, this is not a real thing. And for me, I think for the most part, that's what I had to deal with. And it goes into my next point, which is insecurities.
We all struggle with
everybody. Every single girl and guys have insecurities.
Yeah.
I think we never really talk about that. But with me, my biggest insecurity was my teeth. And there was still is, I think. And there was literally nothing you could tell me about my teeth. Like, you could literally tell me I look better than Rihanna and I would not care. Like, cause literally all I've told myself is, oh, I got crooked teeth, which means that I'm ugly. So much so that it's like, it's that thing where it kind of started boiling down to my self-esteem. And I literally like would tell myself this. So if I met you, right, I wouldn't care what you think of me. So immediately I start creating a dialogue between you and I in my head, but without you even saying anything to me. And then I realized, Uti, that literally affected each and every single thing about me, my confidence, all those things. And that's what made me, quote unquote, unattractive. Like, and I had to learn that, Uti, yo, who said you have to have straight teeth for you to look good? And it was literally that thing where I had to start believing in what my actual individual type of beauty is, and understanding that there's no one standard of beauty.
Okay. For me, it's definitely like the color of my skin. I always felt like I wasn't black enough. I always felt like I wasn't white. I'm not white, you're right, I'm not black, you're white. Because I didn't have the silky hair that white people had. Obviously, as a young child, you don't understand what rebellion. Obviously, you're not going to have silky hair because you're not white. Exactly. You're white, but like, you're not white. You know? So I'd see like white people on TV. I'd see white people on TV. I never saw anyone with albinism on TV. So I always saw white people, but it wasn't like my image. And then black people also kind of, and then when type of thing. So my insecurities came from my skin, and also as I grew up, obviously I grew out of that. I started embracing that, but as I grew up, I started developing another insecurity, which was my body weight. I just felt like
so I feel as though
once a person is, I feel as though once a person is comfortable in their own skin, and comfortable in the way that they look, everything else.
Because, and I think it's a whole process. It's more psychological than anything.
Exactly.
And I feel like more than anything, I've grown to see that confidence is beauty.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's such beauty. Like, oh my, like, okay, no, I'm sorry to say, but to use that word of, let's talk about guys, right? There are those guys who, according to societal standards, they're not panty droppers, right? So they're not those guys who are, man, this man will walk in and he's so confident and he's got a great personality and he immediately he's got you get out there, he smells good, and you look at him and you're like, oh damn. How do you think Jay-Z got beyond? Let's be real. You look to me, you didn't drop my panty when you entered. God, where were you? Who's that? And that does make just you know what? I also realized, Uti, the older we get is the less you feel restricted by societal standards. Yeah. Because you start being comfortable in your own skin and so,
like shallow.
Yeah, you're no longer shallow, and you now start caring about things like, ooh, you smell good, you are intellectual, you have a great personality, and you're like, ooh, maybe my number. And you do rock hard abs, because rock hard abs don't pay the bills. Yeah, pay the bills. Abs don't pay bills. Like, you know, put food on the table. But man, I don't know. You know what?
You know the saying that Ubuchamenda doesn't come out like,
ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a whole. But just saying that line Jay-Z said, "There's no such thing as an ugly billionaire." I'm cute. Hey. I love that. I was like, yo. Ooh. Okay. So I would like to know, Jorge, what would you tell your younger self who was insecure about the way she looked? What would you tell her right now?
Slay.
I'd tell her
all day.
So I'd say to myself, hold.
It's not
everything. Yeah, it's not the thing.
That's
what I tell myself.
I think I'd keep it as it was, because it wasn't like really down moments. Like it was just like it's average. It's fine. Like I can deal with this. Like
I'm surviving.
Yeah, it's like it's not easy. It's really just being like, God, it's average. It's not terrible. You know, I'm not being worried about like how I look. So yeah, I think we can live with that. I don't think I'd tell my younger self something about how I look physically. Maybe I'd say embrace your body. I think maybe that's, and I think that's the person that's the stuff that I need to tell myself now. But just embrace your body. But I think my younger self, she's fine as she is.
She's good.
I don't think she's good.
And you?
I don't know. What do I want to say? I think for me it would be more confident, be more bold.
Yeah. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna leave everybody's details in the description box below. So yeah, thank you very much to all the ladies for coming. Bye. And yeah, don't forget to be your own type of beautiful. I want to show other women out there that it's very much possible for you to actually be beautiful, to be like beautiful within whatever characteristics and traits that you have, and not have to feel like you have to look like each and every single model that you see in media, all the girls that you see on Instagram or whatever. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why it's important for me to have this platform. And yeah, I hope that this video inspired a whole lot of other women out there, shows you guys from the way to gain. Like, you can be beautiful, you can be daring and be bold in who you are, and don't let anybody tell you that you're anything less than what you are, because God made you that way. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.